Hi everyone. So last time I made a video about this monitor when I was comparing it with my other monitor, the LG one Ultra Gear. So this one, the VX2758A-2K-PRO-3. This one I was hooking up with my laptop using HDMI cable. Now the problem was that this monitor supports HDMI 2.1. So if you go down here into the specs, you can see here it says the HDMI standard supported is 2.1 and DisplayPort standard supported is 1.4. Now the limitation was that my cable was only HDMI 2.0, which limited the maximum resolution and refresh rate and color depth possible over that interface. Okay, so you can see right now I can run maximum 144 Hz at 8 bits color depth at 1440p. Okay, now for laptop users to use the maximum potential of this monitor, which is, as you can see, it is capable of doing 240 Hz at 8-bit and like I shown you in the previous video when I hooked it up with a RTX 3090 desktop. So it was capable of doing 200 Hz at 10-bit color depth and at 1440p resolution. Now to address that, today what I will do is I got myself a UGREEN cable from which is a adapter basically from DisplayPort to USB Type C, which we'll be using today. Now theoretical bandwidth, it says 8K 60 Hz is possible, so it should be more than enough for our use case. Okay, we'll show you that in a second. So we'll be making use of the Type C port of our laptop, as you can see here. Yeah, so it's a super speed type of port. Okay, and the total what is the maximum possible bandwidth here? To show that to you, I will quickly show you the USB tree viewer. Right now I have hooked up an external hard drive enclosure basically. So you can see here, this is my hard drive showing up here. Okay, and here you can see the USB version. It is it says 2.1, but right now it is connected at USB 3.x, connected at high speed, right? And this port's maximum speed, it says right now, because right now it is connected, it says high speed companion port 2-5 is doing the super speed, and it says its maximum speed is super speed plus 10 gigabits per second. So this is the thing that will be making use of today to see what is the display capability when we use the the display port of this monitor hooking up with the USB-C. Now I would like to tell you one thing, that to make this thing visible you need to change a thing in your BIOS that I'll show you right away. Okay, let me show that to you first. So just to show you the setting, what you need to do is go to BIOS setup, that will be F10, and here if you navigate to the, I believe, the configuration, here you can see high resolution mode on USB-C DisplayPort alternate, I don't know what stands for alt, but dock mode. So you can see I've set it to enable right now, which is why you are seeing the higher speeds being possible, shown being possible there. So you can see here just a little info that all USB devices on the dock. So if I'm using a USB dock, that multi-hub type of thing, what it is saying is all USB devices connected to that dock will be be able to connect at USB 2.0 speeds only, and the gigabit NIC port that we have in this laptop, this Ethernet port over here, that will also be limited. Its performance will also be reduced, because right now what we have done is we have internally switched the configuration of the chipset available in this laptop to direct most of the bandwidth to this USB-C port that we have here. Okay, this one specifically, I'll show that to you again. So yeah, moving on. So as I was telling you, this needs to be enabled for the experiment that we are doing right now. Okay, I'll just ignore the changes in exit because I haven't changed anything. That's it. I'll put this down. I'll just quickly unbox this cable. It is up. So there we have it. I hate this bag whenever these kinds of bag actually it just tears up whenever we open them. So okay, so you can see I got the cable here now. It's a 2-meter variant, by the way. The reason I went with 2-meter is, as you can see already, I'm using the 2-meter HDMI cable right here. It just gives me, the extra some headroom, I guess you can say. So about the cable, it's a braided cable, and it comes with these safekeeping connectors. That is nice. So you can see this is the DisplayPort side here, and over here we got the Type C. Okay, UGREEN branding and all. So this is nice. So let's hook it up and see what's possible with this and whatnot. Okay, I'll quickly plug it in. In case you didn't notice, the normally DisplayPort cable that comes with the monitors, they usually come with a lock kind of thing. Okay, now this one did not come with that. I'll just show you this connection once. So you can see here. Let's see what's possible with this cable now. Don't mind my cable management for now. This is just a temporary thing that we do on weekends, and I hook up the that steering wheel. So what I ended up doing is a bunch of cleaning. I used DDU, the famous utility to uninstall all display drivers. So I removed all the AMD and NVIDIA display drivers, and what I did was, I did not connect it to the internet, and just as usual stuff, I installed the integrated driver first, the AMD ones, which I used, the driver only option. Not that I do not even recommend, when you have dual GPUs. I suggest not to install the Radeon software and all. Just the driver only is enough, and then you can install the NVIDIA drivers. I prefer to use the Studio ones you might have seen previously, just for the extra stability and all. So anyway, all of that apart, I'll just show you what's the latest behavior now. So I have both the interface ready. The HDMI one that I was using previously, and the new USB-C one, which is connected to the display port of this display. So I'll just show you the capabilities that we have available at our disposal now. Okay, so let's plug in the HDMI first. Okay, it is plugged in, and you can see I'll just close this down, and might have to wait for a few seconds for it to come alive. Alright, so the interesting behavior that I wanted to show you was, so here we have, like I told you, I no longer have the AMD Adrenaline software installed anymore, so I'll be using NVIDIA Control Panel only. So right now with HDMI, you can see in the control panel, I got all bunch of different options available for me. You can see here what's the resolution, the refresh rate, and specifically where is the color thing. Yeah, here. So color 8-bit. So this is what I was using up until this point. 144 Hz maximum, 1440p, 8-bit colors. Okay. Now, and one more thing, I'll just for the sake of it, I'll show you that I'm also using the DLSS video enhancement, the super resolution thing. What it does is it upscales the video when it is lower than some resolution. So for example, in this video, I'll just relaunch the Chrome and show you it working. I've enabled the the indicator from the NVIDIA app. If you want to know, okay, so you can see in NVIDIA settings, if you go over here in the system, in the video, here you can see super resolution is enabled, and you can see I have enabled the status to show the status on the video. So it appears something like this little icon. You see RTX VSR. This is appearing because I have selected the quality as 480p. Okay, you can see it. So this is how it upscales the video. And now let's switch to the USB mode, USB-C, using the DisplayPort, and see how things change. Just a second, I'll just close everything. Let's go back. Okay, I will unplug this now, and now I will plug in the USB-C. Okay, so it will do its thing. I'll, as usual, drop this. Okay, so there you go. So here, if I open the control panel again, you can see that all those extra options you can see, they have vanished, and I can no longer use the NVIDIA control panel to set the resolution. Okay, and this diagram, like I showed previously, it will look like this only. So I'll just show you one thing that was the maximum capability. Actually, that's what you are concerned about. So if you go over here in the display setting, go to advanced display, you can see the display is right now running at 10-bit 165 Hz. I can go until 200 Hz without affecting the the color bit depth. You can see 10-bit, and if I choose to go to 240 Hz, Windows will automatically downgrade it to 8-bit color mode. You can see. So now what has just happened here is, using this new cable, we have unlocked the full potential what this monitor is capable of, right? But the problem now is that I will not be able to use the NVIDIA specific features, because this USB-C port is more or less directly connected with the laptop's AMD graphics card. So if you see here over here, what will happen now is, as this video is running now, you can see in the 480p, I'm no longer getting that icon here, which for the upscaling and all. So that is one difference. Another difference that I forgot to show you, I'll just show again. So if I open the ShadowPlay by the Alt Z shortcut, go over to the settings in the video capture, you can see I no longer have the option here to capture the desktop in this USB-C mode. Okay, but notice what happens if I close all over this. I will just quickly replug the via HDMI to show you the difference. There you go. Now we wait. Okay, and it has switched back. So if I open, just to show you if it has switched successfully or not, I'll just show this behavior to you again. You can see I'm back with all the extra options here. Of course, we have a drop in the the refresh rate in the color bit, but if I press the Alt Z now, if I go to settings and go to video capture, you can see I have the option to capture this desktop here. So yeah. Hey, so I got myself a hold of a MacBook Pro, you can see, and I'll show you how this cable, how it interfaces with the Mac. So as you may know, in the MacBook Pro, all ports are USB-C type Thunderbolt ports. Okay, so one is over here and two are over here. This one is connected to a USB dock. Now video for this USB dock will come later, but the point for this video is to show you what and all is capable with this cable on a MacBook Pro, and how this monitor holds what and all is the max capability a MacBook can unlock for this monitor. So let me just quickly show you here. So if I go to the system settings, so here you can see in the displays, this is a built-in display. This is the resolution it is using right now. Now one thing I would advise you to do is just turn off the true tone, because when you turn it on, it will mess up the, it looks fine on the inbuilt display, but it will make all colors go haywire, or not exactly haywire, but it won't look good on this particular monitor. I think any monitor which is not Apple display. So there's that. So yeah, at rest you can keep as is. So just show the capability. So you can see it is detecting the 1440p max resolution, right? Then in the color profile also it has its own. So all colors are available. In the refresh rate, you can see we have the option for variable, which means adaptive sync is supported here. HDR I do not use. I have said it before also. HDR is not a this you don't buy this monitor for the HDR, and yeah, rest of the things are more or less same. These are not exactly related to this particular display. So there you have it. Now one more thing is you may notice that the text and all has become very small if you stand at a distance or sit at a distance from this monitor. You may want to use a smaller resolution. Now I cannot install any third-party application on this MacBook, but the point is, if you want, I personally would prefer to use this resolution because now it makes the UI larger enough, because it does not have like the, what do I say, the scaling mode like we have in Windows. So here you can use this one as well, but it just make things too big. I don't think you would want that. So this is something, the sweet spot that I personally would like to use, but I cannot install the third-party app like a better display app there is for Apple to uh, for Mac basically to increase the DPI at this resolution. So I cannot do that, but I would recommend you install that if you have your own MacBook. Now for me, as a workaround, what I'm doing is I'll just go over here in monitor control panel and manually increase the sharpness a little bit, so from 50 to 75, so that makes the text sharp enough for my use. So yeah, I think that concludes this video all in all. And yeah, if you still have any more questions, yeah, feel free to ask. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.